Hey everyone, it's Jesse from Taro Analytics here, and I'm going to show you as quickly as possible how Taro routing works. So on the screen you can see the interface. On the left-hand side you can see jobs, you can see drivers, and on the right-hand side you should see scenarios. So I'm going to start with jobs. Let's begin with an Excel file, and this Excel file is a list of the jobs that we're going to do today or this week, for example. In the first column we've got an ID for every job. The next column shows the address, but if you have latitude and longitude, you can put that here as well. Then we have the duration. So this is the amount of time that you're going to spend on site at each job. And the next columns are the constraints. So the first ones are arrive after and leave by, which are time windows for every job. We've got the size, which corresponds to the capacity, how full the vehicle is. We've got the type, which can be, the skills of the drivers or the type of the vehicle, for example. And then we've got priority. So this could be because some jobs are just more important than other jobs. The rest of the columns that we have here are just information which is going to be sent to the driver on their mobile run sheet. So now I'm going to take this file and I'm going to drag and drop it into our interface. And here, all of those addresses are going to be turned into latitudes and longitudes so that we can see them on the map. Of course, once all the jobs are in, you can click on them so you can see where they are. You can edit all of those same constraints and fields here in the interface. And if we want to, we can add jobs manually by clicking the plus button in the top left corner. So onto drivers. Just like jobs, drivers have constraints that can be associated with them. So we can have their lunchtime, the length of their shift, different skills, capacity, all that kind of thing that can be edited. And today what I'm going to do is select the drivers or vehicles that are available to work today. So here we've got 3 drivers and you can see them there. So now we have all the information we need to run an optimization. So I'm going to click Let's Route. Here what I've done is I've sent the jobs and the drivers and the constraints to our route optimization algorithm API. And what it's going to do is it's going to calculate which vehicle should visit which client in which order so that they spend the least amount of time driving. Of course, it takes into account all the constraints that we've put in. Just so you know, our API is also available as a standalone product, so you don't have to use the interface, but of course we're using the interface today. So the results have come back, and I can click on some of these runs to see them on the map, so I can see each one individually if I want. If I think I know better than the algorithm, then I can click this arrows button, and what I'm going to do is reallocate a job from one driver to another driver instead. This takes a little bit of time because we actually re-optimize the 2 runs that are affected to make sure that all the jobs are still being served in the correct order. The next thing I can do here is dispatch. So when I click on dispatch, I can send by email or SMS or QR code the run sheets to all of the drivers. So here I'll click dispatch all runs. It sends off that information. Tick, tick, tick. Great. And now I'm going to go to tracking. Okay, so here you can see I'm in my email inbox and I've received a few emails, one for each of the runs that I dispatched. So if I click on one of these links, it's going to open up a mobile web page. Now, I'm showing you on my computer so that you can see everything, but normally this would be done on a mobile device. Here, the driver gets to choose whether they prefer Google Maps or Waze or Apple Maps. I'm a driver. I prefer Google Maps. And what we have here is the run sheet. So a run sheet is just the list of jobs that I'm going to visit today in the order that I'm going to visit them. There's 2 main things that you can do here. The first one is navigate. So when I click navigate, if I was on a mobile device, it would open up Google Maps and navigate me from my current location to that location. And the other thing I can do is what we call a proof of delivery. So in proof of delivery, I can take a photo, write a signature or leave a comment and say that I've finished the job successfully or unsuccessfully. So here, why don't we write a signature? Jesse, that's me, it's not my real signature. Save. Okay, that's been uploaded. And then when I click successful, the dispatcher gets notified that I finished the job. Here on the next one, maybe I'll say unsuccessful. Okay, great. So if I go back into the Taro routing interface, Now on the map, I can see that one of the marker icons has gone green and another one red. And if I click in, I can actually go and look at that proof that's been submitted here and see exactly what's been going on, the time, the latitude and longitude, the address, and of course, the signature. So once I've finished with all of my runs and my driving and my proofs for today, maybe I want to start planning for tomorrow. So this is where the scenarios panel comes in. Here I'm going to create a new scenario. Maybe I'll call it tomorrow, and maybe even let's set the date for tomorrow as well. There we go, create scenario. And that's going to remove all of the jobs. I still have all my drivers set up, but I'm ready to start planning for tomorrow.